Hey guys, today we're going to be solving quadratics by the quadratic formula. You can solve or find the solutions, the zeros, or the roots to any quadratic function that is in standard form, which is ax squared plus bx plus c, using the formula x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c all over 2 times a. This baby right here is called my quadratic formula. In order to use the quadratic formula, all you need is to know your a value, your b value, and your c value. So I have a quadratic function, x squared plus 4x plus 3 is equal to 0. And they want us to solve this by using the quadratic formula. So all I need to know is my a value, my b value, and my c value. Well, what is my a value? X squared. I don't have a number in front of the x, therefore my a is 1. My linear term, my b is 4, and my constant is 3. I have my a, b, and c. All I have to do is plug each value in my quadratic formula. So I have x is going to be equal to negative b plus or minus, meaning I'm going to have two solutions, the square root b squared, which is 4. Make sure to use your parentheses, minus 4 times a, which is 1, times c, which is 3, all over 2 times a, which is 1. Now let's just simplify this. My x is going to be equal to what is negative times 4, negative 4, plus or minus the square root, what is 4 squared, 16, minus 4 times 1 times 3, 12, all over 2 times 1, which is 2. Let's simplify again. Plus or minus 16 minus 12 is 4, all over 2. Let's simplify again. What is the square root of 4? 2. You notice that I keep putting the entire thing over that 2 because that's what we have to do. So now x is either going to be negative 4 plus 2 over 2, or x can be equal to negative 4 minus 2 all over 2. So my x values are going to be negative 1 and negative 3. We just found our quadratic formula. We just found our solutions, our zeros, our roots by using the quadratic formula. All right, let's try one that isn't so pretty. All right, my quadratic formula is x is equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c all over 2 times a. The quadratic function that we're going to be trying to solve for is 6x squared minus 10x plus 3 is equal to 0. First things first, I need to identify my a, my b, and my c. Now let's take these A, B, and C values and substitute them into the formula. I have x is equal to negative b, which is negative times whatever my b value is. In this case, it's negative 10. Notice that minus sign is totally separate from the b. Plus or minus the square root b squared, that's negative 10 squared, minus 4 times a times c, all over 2 times a. All right, let's simplify. X is going to be equal, what is negative times a negative 10, which means the opposite of negative 10, positive 10. That's all a negative means. It means the opposite. So what is the opposite of a negative 10? It's a positive 10. Plus or minus the square root of negative 10 squared, which is 100, minus 4 times 6 times 3. Just 72. All over 2 times 6, 12. Well, we haven't finished simplifying that under that radical yet, so let's keep on going. 100 minus 72 is 28. All right. Now I have 10 plus or minus the square root of 28 all over 12. Can I simplify the square root of 28? Give me 2 factors of 28, one of them a perfect square. Okay? Square root of 4 times the square root of 7. Well, what's the square root of 4? 2. Can I simplify the square root of 7? Nope. All right. So now I have 10 plus or minus 2 square roots of 7 all over 12. So that means x can be equal to 10 plus 2 square roots of 7 all over 12, or 10 minus 2 square roots of 7 all over 12. All right, let's simplify these little fractions. I know everybody hates it, but let's simplify. 10 over 12. 10 plus 2 square roots of 7 over 12 simplifies to 5 plus 1 square root of 7 all over 6. And 5 minus 1 square root of 7 all over 6. Now, sometimes they'll ask you for a decimal. Put the babies in the calculator. If you do not have a scientific calculator to use, Desmos.com is your friend. So x can equal 1.27 or 0.39. And you'll sometimes see the answer both ways, as a decimal or as a simplified radical. All righty.